Let me ask you one question. Are all denture-based resins dental resins? And similarly, is dental resin same as denture-based resin? Well, to answer your question, all denture-based resins are dental resins, but all dental resins are not denture-based resins. Confused, right? Don't worry, I'm going to clear it right away. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Riddhi Lalan, author of Dental Material Mind Map book and your subject matter expert for dental material and prosthodontics. And let's just quickly understand what is a dental resin. So now, as the name suggests, dental resins has multiple uses. It can range from your denture base, which can be used for n number of cases like complete denture, removable partial denture, maxillofacial prosthodontics. Also, the resin post that is used for intracoronal restoration, your acrylic teeth set that you use, the self-cure resin that you use to make your custom tray. Along with that, your epoxy resin that you use to make dye. All of these are nothing but your dental resins. So, dental resins has all these functions apart from being just your denture-based resin, but it is a subcategory. Now, when I talk about the nature of polymer, there is one thing that I want you to understand. When we talk about single unit, it is known as monomer. And when I combine all of these together, so a lot of monomer together are actually going to make something that will be known as polymer. So, to give you a very small example, your PMMA, which is also known as your denture-based resin, is nothing but Methacrylate. But what is it? Poly. So when I say mono or just Methacrylate, it's going to be your monomer, which is nothing but the liquid of your denture-based material. And the powder here is PMMA. So what is actually going to happen is it has a polymer structure. Now polymer can be attached in various forms. According to its attachment, it is actually going to adopt its name, which can either be linear. So as the name suggests, linear is just one line. It can be branched. So as the tree of your branches, it can be branched. And the third thing is it can be cross-linked. So imagine having two branches and they link with each other. So this is nothing but your cross-linked in which other molecules are attached together. So now to make this more understanding, let me just give you one example. When I say there is a linear polymer, what I mean is that it's going to be just a chain. So let's just quickly understand how this can also differ in structure. Now if I say homolinear polymer, then what homo means is to have same units. So what you see is same throughout. But when I say random, it means that there are monomers that are attached but in a random order. So you see that there are blue, red arranged, but there is no sequence. It is randomized in nature. So then comes alternative copolymer. One of one monomer and other of another monomer in an alternate fashion. So this is nothing but an alternating copolymer. On the other hand, if I have one monomer on one end and other monomer at other, this will be nothing but your block, because there will be one block formed by one monomer, the other block formed by another. So this is known as your block polymer. Now talking about the branched. So as we have discussed linear, when they are going to take the branch form, it can again be homopolymer when everything is same, random when it is randomly arranged, and branched graft. So one entire branch made up of monomers of same unit, other branch made up of same monomer making the polymer. So this is nothing but a graft-like fashion in which each branch will be made up of one specific monomer. I hope this was easy for you to understand. And the last thing being your cross-linked. So what does cross-link say? Now what is this? This is nothing but a random copolymer, and it is branched with another random copolymer, and it has made a cross-link polymer. So networking is cross-link. So can you give me one example of cross-linked polymer that we just studied? Yes, it was your polyether. Now do you remember what was the shape? How was it organized? How there were bonds, covalent bonds that were present? It is nothing but your polymer again. So this was about the spatial arrangement of your dental resin. Now, if you are also somebody who loves solving image-based question, you can just capture the concept and add it to your flashcard and solve it later on to test how much you have understood. Let's understand the flashcard now. What is the reason for polymerization shrinkage? So what happens is the covalent bond reduces and it leads to shrinkage of your molecule. Cross-linking in dental resin is primarily achieved by, now this is about the constituent of your denture-based material, but the answer is glycol dimethacrylate. How does it lead to cross-linking and what are the other ingredients of your denture-based polymer? If you are also curious enough to know, keep watching the next video. I hope you had fun time learning. Watch, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.